In the headlines, Dominica receives yet another accolade from an internationally recognized travel publication, calls for the adoption of a language policy in memory of the late Creole icon Felix Henderson, and over $30 million invested in state-of-the-art regional shelters for Dominica. I'm Andrea Louis with the Channel 5 News, back with the details after this.
We are strong, we are resilient, and we will get through this together. But these are stressful times, and it's important to also practice good self-care. It's normal to feel overwhelmed, anxious, or afraid, but there is hope. Reach out to someone, connect with your friends, stay in touch with your community, and know that you are not alone. We're in this together. This is a public service announcement from the Dominica Red Cross.
Flow helps you stay connected to what matters. Simple plans and a better network mean that you can enjoy 7 days of unlimited social messaging, 3 gigabytes of reliable data to use as you like, 700 local anywhere calls and texts, with the always-on prepaid plan, all for $29. Keep your number when you switch to Dominica's most reliable LTE network. Buy wherever you top up. Switch to Flow. It only gets better.
Thank you for staying with us. First up, Dominica has received yet another rave review from a globally acclaimed travel publication, National Geographic Traveler. In an article published earlier this month, Dominica was listed on National Geographic's 25 Best in the World Destinations on the Rise for 2021. The article said the COVID-19 pandemic had brought travel to a standstill but had not quieted people's curiosity. Minister for Tourism Denise Charles says this recognition means a lot for the country.
We are very elated that our beautiful and safe haven, Dominica, has been bestowed this accolade by National Geographic Traveler UK, based on reviews and experiences by travelers. This is an important milestone for us, especially as travelers are looking for safer and extraordinary locations to visit. National Geographic has been in existence for over 130 years, and its publications reaches people in 170 countries and 43 languages every month. This is also a testament of our breathtaking natural sites, the sterling leadership and focus of our government on being the first climate resilient nation, and of course, our warmth as a people.
Charles called on all Dominicans to play their part in making sure the visitor experience is above par, which in turn will see the country continue to receive international recognition.
Now, in order for us to continue to receive these accolades, we have to ensure that we exceed visitors' expectation on entry to exit. All hands must be on deck to make this happen. Tourism is my business, has to be your business, and remain everybody's business. Stay safe, everyone.
In other top stories, a critical piece of infrastructure vital to Dominica's quest to become climate resilient is currently being developed. A national hydro-meteorological network funded by the World Bank will see the establishment of a well-distributed network of automatic weather stations at strategic locations around the country. Acting Senior Meteorological Officer Marshall Alexander says the network will include automatic stream gauges, river gauges, automatic weather stations, and rain gauge stations.
A total of 14 river gauge stations, 7 fully automatic weather stations, and 23 rain gauge stations, all of which will be networked via satellite, with all the data going to one point for distribution to provide real-time, ready and reliable data that can be used as an early warning system and the planning of important national projects. This will be very critical or crucial in enabling the efforts or our efforts towards climate resilience.
This project will include a new building for the Dominica Met Service at Jimmet behind the Office of Disaster Management. Construction on this facility began in October last year and is expected to finish by December this year.
The construction of this new building for the Dominican Met Service will resolve one of our issues, as one of our biggest challenges has been space. Space for data storage, space for staff to operate on a daily basis, for equipment and equipment maintenance and repair, for training, public education, and for the setting up of our weather broadcast studio, which was brought to a halt by Hurricane Maria in 2017. Some of the rooms included in that building: media room, kitchen, reception area, unit head office, QMS room, staff room, information technology room, data library room, training and conference room, data room, electrical room, an extra office, an instrument repair room, washroom, and a storeroom.
Alexander says these projects are crucial to data collection in the country.
Data collection around the island is limited. We would now have availability of well-distributed data collected around the island so as to have a better picture of the distribution of certain weather parameters around Dominica. More importantly, though, is the setting up of an early warning system in certain vulnerable areas, whereby real-time information can be monitored, and by setting up water levels or excess rainfall thresholds. And if exceeded, a signal would be sent, and this would trigger an alert ahead of time for impacts such as flooding, and hence enabling evacuation.
In other developments, a cultural projects officer wants to see the country implement an official language policy to remember the late Creole icon Felix Henderson. Felix Henderson, a Creole and cultural icon in the country, passed away earlier this month after a battle with illness. DBS Radio, where Felix made his mark on the country and the world, hosted a tribute ceremony in his memory on Thursday. Cultural Projects Officer in the Division of Culture, Gregory Rabes, says one of the ways in which the country can pay tribute to Felix's contribution to the Creole language and culture is through the adoption of a language policy.
We need to adopt an official language policy, a language policy globally that will cover the various languages spoken in Dominica. By that I mean the Standard English, the Dominican English, our Creole, our Khoikhoi, Kalinago. Okay? So we need a language policy that would encompass that, which would address the linguistic landscape of Dominica, and then create some policies that would guide the usage of this language and how it serves our development process in Dominica.
Rabes called on the nation to take a Creole attitude and pointed out that adding the Creole language to the school curriculum is a dream of Felix Henderson, which the country should make a reality.
The other thing I want us to do to remember Felix is an all-out effort to have Creole as a subject, as a functional usage in the schools in Dominica at every level of the education system. Felix really wanted that. Unfortunately, he didn't live to see a full-fledged presence of that. We have made a start in there's a pilot project going on right now in several primary schools on the island. So that's a start. But as a tribute to the concerns of Felix about the future of Creole, and he did express that to the minister, the current Minister of Education, let us work full throttle to insert Creole into the education system.
General Manager of DBS Radio, Cecil Joseph, says Felix Henderson was instrumental in bringing the Creole language and culture to its prominence today.
Felix took a bastard child in the Creole language to make it an honorable child. Many of us who sit here today would have been in the subset of not wanting Creole to be spoken, or not wanting Creole to be aired on radio. And thanks God, that Felix Henderson was able to fight, and fight a good fight, to ensure that today, that the Creole language is not only a language, but it's part of our culture.
Felix Henderson was 64 years old when he passed away. Henderson was originally from Grand Bay and resided in Walhouse until the time of his death. You are watching the Channel 5 News. Stay tuned for more after the break.
A new in-home experience is here. All your services bundled into one simple plan. Faster, more reliable Wi-Fi so that you can binge, play, and stream uninterrupted. Unlimited flow local landline minutes mean you can talk and talk and talk. Plus the best in TV entertainment with over 120 channels and 29 in HD. All for $160 a month with the new all-in bundle. With Flow, it only gets better.
We are strong, we are resilient, and we will get through this together. But these are stressful times, and it's important to also practice good self-care. It's normal to feel overwhelmed, anxious, or afraid. But there is hope. Reach out to someone, connect with your friends, stay in touch with your community, and know that you are not alone. We're in this together. This is a public service announcement from the Dominica Red Cross.
Welcome back. An over $30 million investment in state-of-the-art regional shelters to reduce the strain on conventional resources. In government's continued efforts to build resilience in the country, the Layu Emergency Shelter and Resource Center, funded by the Caribbean Development Bank to the tune of just over $2 million, was officially handed over to the people of the community earlier this year, with the capacity to comfortably house 115 people. National Disaster Coordinator with the Office of Disaster Management, Fitzroy Pascal, says construction is underway for 2 regional shelters with financial support from the European Union.
Construction has begun on 2 additional regional emergency shelters in August, one in Jimit and the other in Castle Bruce. This was made possible through financing from the European Union in the amount of Euro 11 million, which is equivalent to Eastern Caribbean dollars $33 million. The Jimit facility cost just over $18 million and the Castle Bruce facility $13.5 million EC dollars. The construction duration is expected to be 18 months and in January 2022. Site meetings and or visits occur regularly to ensure smooth execution of works.
These modern shelters will accommodate people from surrounding communities with several amenities needed in times of disaster.
The shelter in Jimit will be a 3-story building with a total floor space of just over 22,000 square feet. These regional shelters will have amenities to include open hall to serve as dormitory, storage, kitchen, washrooms, medical area, laundry, office area, alternate power, and alternate water. The Jimit Regional Shelter will serve the communities of Taru, Maho, Jimit, Warner, Campbell, Massac, Les Point, Kinfield, and Roger. The Castle Bruce Regional Shelter has a capacity of 300 persons and will serve the communities of the Kalinago territory, Petit Soufriere, San Sauvier, Good Hope, Castle Bruce, Mopo, Tranto, and Dipa.
Another major project on the cards for the Office of Disaster Management is the construction of Emergency Operation Centers, or EOCs.
Work is in progress for the construction of 2 mini EOC, this is Emergency Operation Center / warehouse facilities in the north and east of the island. The first will be constructed in Castle Bruce and the second at Cotton Hill, Portsmouth. As it relates to Castle Bruce, all systems are go, but COVID-19 is delaying execution, as this will be executed on under the United States Southern Command Humanitarian Assistance Program. And we are all aware of the impact of this pandemic as it relates to travel. These will certainly boost operations, providing additional capacity and capabilities and decentralization of disaster management on the island.
And Dominicans being cautioned not to overwhelm the healthcare system with the onset of the flu season. The flu season coincides with the current COVID-19 crisis, both of which cause individuals to display similar symptoms. This in turn has seen more people showing up at the Dominica-China Friendship Hospital seeking information and assistance. Chief Medical Officer Dr. David Johnson is warning the public who display symptoms to call the COVID-19 hotline numbers and avoid putting a strain on the health staff by showing up at the hospital in person.
The flu season is now on us. So this is certainly putting further challenges on the health system and complicating what is done for COVID. We would like to ask the public that if they have flu-like symptoms, to call the hotline rather than just showing up at the A&E department of the Dominica-China Friendship Hospital. Because the flu season has started, we are seeing more patients just turning up. We want to ensure that COVID-19 does not slip in.
A stern warning has also been issued to those who have been asked to home quarantine to refrain from visiting the hospital.
We want to remind those persons being sent home on home quarantine that if they are in any way sick, they should call the hotline. We have been having occasions at the hospital where persons on home quarantine just show up at the A&E at the Dominica-China Friendship Hospital. We strongly discourage this practice.
The COVID-19 hotline numbers are 448-2151, 448-2153, 448-2156, 611-4325, and 1-800-219.
Flow helps you stay connected to what matters. Simple plans and a better network mean that you can enjoy 7 days of unlimited social messaging, 3 gigabytes of reliable data to use as you like, 700 local anywhere calls and texts with the always-on prepaid plan, all for $29. Keep your number when you switch to Dominica's most reliable LTE network. Buy wherever you top up. Switch to Flow. It only gets better.
We are strong, we are resilient, and we will get through this together. But these are stressful times, and it's important to also practice good self-care. It's normal to feel overwhelmed, anxious, or afraid, but there is hope. Reach out to someone, connect with your friends, stay in touch with your community, and know that you are not alone. We're in this together. This is a public service announcement from the Dominica Red Cross.
A new in-home experience is here. All your services bundled into one simple plan. Faster, more reliable Wi-Fi so that you can binge, play, and stream uninterrupted. Unlimited Flow local landline minutes mean you can talk and talk and talk. Plus the best in TV entertainment with over 120 channels and 29 in HD, all for $160 a month with the new all-in bundle. With Flow, it only gets better.
To end the news, the headlines again. Dominica receives yet another accolade from an internationally recognized travel publication. Calls for the adoption of a language policy in memory of the late Creole icon Felix Henderson. And over $30 million for the development of state-of-the-art regional shelters for Dominica. Feel free to access our past newscasts on our YouTube channel. On behalf of the entire production team, I am Andrea Louis. And to all of our viewers around the world, thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful weekend.